UTC Radio. Hear the difference. Now the news. I'm Chen Yu. China's railway network is expecting nearly 17 million passenger trips on the first day of the Dragon Boat Festival break that begins on Saturday. Authorities have projected a total of 74 million trips during the three-day holiday. Data from the national railway operator shows that Beijing, Shanghai, Chengdu, and Wuhan are among the most popular destinations. In Guangzhou, dragon boat races were held to mark the traditional festival that commemorates a patriotic poet from ancient China. Omar Khan had the chance to catch up with all the excitement in the southern city.
This three-day weekend packed with dragon boat-related activities, lots of noise, a massive crowd has turned out here. Even despite these downpours, plenty of people showing up, supporting their teams. Of course, it's not just about boating, paddling, and fierce competition. You have the dragon boat sort of meals that happen throughout these 3 days. Communities throughout Guangzhou and parts of South China, after the races and competitions, they get together, they have these massive meals. I'm going to try and catch that on the 10th, which is the Dragon Boat Festival actual holiday day date. And yeah, it's a lot of fun here.
The 78th session of the UN General Assembly has unanimously adopted a resolution proposed by China to establish the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. The resolution states that all civilizational achievements are the collective heritage of humankind. The resolution calls for equal dialogue and mutual respect among different civilizations, fully reflecting the core essence of the Global Civilization Initiative. It decides to designate June the 10th as the International Day for Dialogue Among Civilizations. Russian President Vladimir Putin says the country's economy is growing despite international sanctions. He told world leaders and business representatives at the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum that Russia remains committed to world trade.
Despite all the obstacles and illegitimate sanctions, Russia remains one of the key participants in world trade and is actively developing logistics and the geography of cooperation.
Putin also said he's ready to engage in peace talks with Ukraine if Moscow's interests are guaranteed. Meanwhile, during the forum, the Russian Minister for the Development of the Far East and the Arctic said China and Russia can engage in mutually beneficial cooperation. Alexei Chukhenkov noted that gas and agriculture are among new areas of cooperation between the two countries, as Russia boasts abundant natural gas resources and green agricultural products. China has announced the first national big data cloud platform for the oceans on this World Oceans Day on Saturday. The Ministry of Natural Resources also released catalogs of shared ocean data to better utilize and protect the ecosystems. Yang Shanshan has more.
Through this platform, people are able to access marine data for science and research proposals, industry regulation, business development, and international cooperation. After the ministry made public its first catalogue of the shared ocean data, the purpose is to promote the data sharing to drive the high-quality development of the ocean economy. In the past 5 years, the desalinated seawater has grown by 1 million tons, an increase of 50%. And the country also says it will prioritize the use of the seawater in the future to meet the increasing demand from the public and industrial production.
The Chinese envoy is calling for strict, independent, and effective long-term international supervision over Japan's discharge of contaminated wastewater from Fukushima nuclear power plant. China's permanent representative to the International Atomic Energy Agency raised doubts about issues such as the reliability of Japan's wastewater purification equipment and the effectiveness of monitoring. Li Song said China hopes Japan will work with the international community to come up with more measures to ensure that the Fukushima wastewater release will not cause long-term harm to the marine environment and humankind. In sports, Carlos Alcaraz has outlasted Yannick Sinner in a 5-set battle to reach his first French Open final. He will face Alexander Zverev, who beat two-time runner-up Casper Ruud. And that's the news. I'm Chen Yu.